Welcome to Famous Amos.
All right, so today is a pretty special day. It's famous Amous Sawyer's 34th birthday, and to celebrate, we're going to take a look back at her absolutely incredible first year behind the microphone. I mean, think about it. In just 1 year, she went from being a super passionate fan to a real voice shaping the conversation in the classical crossover world. So, how'd that happen? And what has she learned along the way? Let's get into it.
And really, it all kicks off with this quote right here. It's that moment of realizing that walking through one open door can lead you to a place you never, ever expected. This wasn't just about, joining a podcast. For her, it was about discovering a whole new level to her love for music. This whole thing is a pretty cool story about the power of community, right? Chris, the host of ONSTAGE podcast, he saw Amy's amazing passion for crossover artists online. And he didn't just see a fan, he saw a collaborator, a potential partner. So his invitation for her to co-host, well, that was the spark that lit up this whole new chapter. Okay, so once she stepped into that co-host seat, boom, she was right there, talking mic to mic with the very artist she'd been championing for so long. These were the moments we all got to see, the fun, insightful chats that pop up in our feeds. And we're not talking about your standard Q&A here. These interviews, they were about making real connections. I mean, discovering that Natasha Hardy's poodles literally fall asleep when she sings, that's gold. Or earning these genuine compliments from artists like Sarah Vaughan and Joanna Forrest. These aren't just sound bites. They're proof that a real bond was formed. But here's the thing, right? With any creative gig, what we see on the surface, that's just the tip of the iceberg. And behind those easy flowing conversations is a massive, totally unseen world of hard work and preparation. And that behind-the-scenes work gets misunderstood a lot. Amy's even talked about how her family will tease her, oh, you must be endlessly scrolling through TikTok. I think any creator out there has heard something like that, right? This idea that if you're on a screen, you must be wasting time. But the reality? It couldn't be more different. It's this. A super structured, totally professional process. We're talking brainstorming ideas, reaching out to artists, doing these crazy deep dives for research, writing dozens of questions, and then trying to coordinate schedules across like a million different time zones. That screen time isn't downtime, it's the engine room. And look, if you think her schedule is intense, just wait. Because if Amy's work is an iceberg, then the work of the artist she talks to, man, that's like a whole hidden continent under the water. Her hustle is just a reflection of the incredible, often invisible demands placed on them every single day. Seriously, these artists are living these two completely different lives at the same time. On one hand, they are basically elite athletes, maintaining their voices with the kind of discipline you'd see in the military. But on the other hand, they're also independent, globe-trotting CEOs, having to manage everything from marketing to logistics. So let's talk about that athlete side for a second. We're talking about something called vocal gymnastics. Think about it, hitting those insane high notes, doing all those rapid, complex twiddly bits, as they call them. It takes so much physical power that you have artists like Cassandra Penataro literally doing planks and squats during their warm-ups just to get the core support they need. Wild, right? And then there's the CEO part of the job. It is a non-stop global grind. You've got logistical nightmares like Amy in Norway, staying up past midnight just to sync up with her host. You've got these brilliant business moves like when Natasha Barberi perfectly timed an interview to boost her new Christmas music. And then there's just the immense pressure, like Jessica Condon having to learn huge amounts of music in just 24 hours as a deputy, knowing it could totally wreck her voice. So, why? Why go through all of that? The late nights, the stress, all this work that nobody ever really sees? Well, the answer, as it so often does, comes down to connection. Pure and simple. The power of human connection.
It's all for moments like this one. A fan reached out to Natasha Hardy and told her that her music, her cover of Hallelujah, brought him real comfort after his wife passed away. And for Natasha, that was it. She said that's when she knew she'd done her job. See, it's not about the charts or the numbers. It's about that impact. That's the real win. And it goes both ways, too. The music isn't just for the audience. It's a lifeline for the artists themselves. Christina Johnston shared how music became her safe space, her way to process unimaginable trauma and grief when words just weren't enough. It's this incredible, universal language that can heal everyone involved.
So after this whirlwind of a year, all this growth, all these connections, what comes next? Well, Amy's still looking ahead, still doing that balancing act between the big dream that fuels her and the day-to-day work that makes it all possible. And I love this. It's such a perfect full circle moment. Because for her birthday, you know what her biggest wish is? It's just to see two of her favorite artists, Georgie and Jasmine of Ida Girls, perform live. It's just a great reminder that behind the professional co-host, she's still that passionate supporter who started this whole journey in the first place.
So this all leaves us with one big question, right? For any creator, any artist, anyone out there chasing a dream. When you look at Amy's year and this world she's helped shine a light on, what's the secret sauce? What's that thing that connects the dream in your head with the messy reality of the daily grind? That passion, that's the key. It's the fuel for the artist on stage and for the fan behind the mic. A very happy birthday to you, Amy.
Thanks everyone so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos. And I'll leave a link to my socials as well so you can stay updated on what I'm doing. See you next time!